Sure. Paul Moyse, National President, Canadian Union of Public Employees.
We're here in Vancouver at the CLC convention, and you've got members from all across the country. What are their concerns as they meet here?
Well, I think for CUPE members, they want to be part of a strong labor movement. CUPE was created by a merger of two unions encouraged by the Canadian Labour Congress. So we've got a large gathering here in Vancouver, 2,300 delegates by the time all are registered, and it's appropriate for Labour to be meeting at this point in time. We're still feeling the effects in Canada of the global economic crisis, and there's pressure on private sector jobs, and there's certainly pressure on the public sector.
Do you feel that there's an attack on public servants and the public sector?
I think, as I said on the floor of the convention this morning, the recession hasn't discriminated. The bailout of Chrysler and GM saw a public opinion poll say the public was against these high-paid auto workers in the United States and Canada, kind of a backlash against good jobs. In the public sector, we dare to go on strike in a city like Windsor or Toronto, and there's huge amounts of negative publicity around public employees going on strike and the myth of gold-plated pension plans. The average CUPE member, if they put 30 years in as a municipal worker, might have an $18,000 a year pension plan. So it doesn't matter if you're private or public sector. Two things have happened since the recession began in 2008. Canada's lost a lot of good-paying jobs. 10% of the total job force in Canada is manufacturing workers. It was 15% just 10 years ago. So we've lost good-paying jobs. The jobs that have replaced them are non-union, service sector, part-time jobs. If you're still a working Canadian, whether you're public or private sector, at times there's backlashes against jobs that pay good and have pension plans, which is why we ran the Canada Pension Plan campaign. We think more workers, all workers in Canada, deserve a pension plan. And the purpose of being here this week is to unite this labor movement. If there's an attack on postal workers or federal public employees or CUPE members, we can't win that fight on our own. We need all trade unionists behind us. And all trade unionists need to get behind steel workers at U.S. Steel in Hamilton. Profitable corporation wanting to get rid of the defined benefit pension plan and attack their own retirees by eliminating indexing. That is not a steelworker issue. That is a trade unionist issue. And maybe the biggest overarching challenge this week is not Mr. Harper. Whether he's in minority or majority, we still need a strong labor movement. The biggest challenge this week is to increase union density in Canada. 7 out of 10 workers in Canada don't have the benefit of a trade union, and in times like these, all workers need the benefit of trade unionism, and we need to grow our movement. That's not a CUPE issue or a CAW issue or a CEP issue. That's a trade union issue. So my hope this week is that we unite this movement, we back each other up in our respective rounds of bargaining, and that we look beyond our own 3.2 million members and grow this labor movement. That's the best line of defense for good-paying jobs and communities in Canada.
I know your time is short, but I've got to ask you about the recent federal election, because CUPE had a lot of candidates in the election, and I believe you elected quite a number of members of Parliament.
We had 23 CUPE candidates, staff, rank and filers, a couple of retirees. We won 4. And collectively, our 23 candidates garnered about 250,000 votes, so we're proud of them. And we're proud of the people that knocked on doors and pulled the vote. And I personally think this is a seismic shift in the geopolitical map of Canada. Of course, I am concerned and don't like a conservative majority. I like two-party politics. Saskatchewan is a province of two-party politics. The NDP is one of the governing options. Manitoba's the same. BC's the same. And I think for Canadians to have a stark choice between a center-right or a right-wing government and a center-left NDP option, the NDP is now 53 seats away from what some argued would be impossible. So important steps made, challenges posed by the election result, but a strong labor movement is one of the best lines of defense against those challenges.
Thank you very much, Paul Moyse.
Thank you, Ish.